In this lesson, we'll look at the reciprocal trig functions. It's just an extension of the last one where we did sine, cosine, and tangent. So I've really just included this just as a reminder of what we've done. But it uses the information from the last lesson with the knowledge that reciprocal trig functions exist and are defined as, the reciprocal of sine is cosecant, the reciprocal of cosine is secant, the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. So if we want to, for instance, find the secant value of pi over 6, we're going to look at that point where we have pi over 6 as our reference angle, and the secant value is the same as 1 divided by the cosine of pi over 6. Well, the cosine of pi over 6 is simply the x value at that angle. That would be the square root of 3 over 2, so this is 1 divided by square root of 3 over 2. And we then need to simplify that by multiplying by the reciprocal. So square root of 3 over 2, we multiply by 2 over the square root of 3. And we can rationalize this by multiplying by the square root of 3 over the square root of 3 to get rid of, again, that denominator that has a root in it. We don't want roots in the denominator. So finish that up in the numerator. Of course, the 1, we ignore that. That doesn't matter. But 2 times the square root of 3 in the numerator. In the denominator, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 9, so that simplifies to 3, which leads us to secant of pi over 6 equals 2 square root of 3 over 3. This again works for all the trig functions. Secant is 1 divided by cosine, which is 1 divided by x. Cosecant of theta would be, or in this case pi over 6, it's a reciprocal of sine, so that's 1 divided by y. And cotangent, which is a reciprocal of tangent, is going to be, instead of y divided by x, we have x divided by y. So we will see a little bit of a review of that in the next section, the next review. But those are pretty simple to use. Just takes a little bit of rationalization sometimes, but that's never really that difficult to do. It just takes a little bit of practice to get used to that.